At the introduction day of the Choice OS Mythic Voyage, participants are asked to declare what they hope to get from the deepest, most intensive workshop in the world. We also ask them to just go wild and liberate themselves from their beliefs of what is or not possible. We then proceed to guarantee that each and every one of the participants that does not quit will have gotten full clarity on every single one of the items on the board in a way that is irrefutable, makes total intuitive sense, is congruent with all information and scientific data and life experience, and simple enough for a 5-year-old to understand. The participants themselves are solely the judges of whether we have delivered or not. We have never failed so far.
All your questions will be answered. All of them.
Yeah.
All of them. With like such clarity, it's ridiculous.
Oh, I know. And just so, it's so simple how they're all answered too. It's like you have all these philosophers out there that write 1,000-page texts about like what is love and things like that, and then he just like, okay, it's this. And you're like,
That makes total
I've been overthinking that for like, what, 27 years? Holy cow.
If you have been looking for some answers or
Fuck,
anything
yeah.
in your life, just go for this, and
Yeah.
it stops. You're no more looking. You have found yourself.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
the
that's
meaning
it.
of life. It's so
Definitely.
simple that you cannot even imagine it.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like all my questions of my intense search, they're gone, and I'm
Yeah.
like, fuck yeah, let's go back to really living, because
Yeah.
I've never lived before. I was just looking.
Typical Choice OS Mythic Voyage wish list menu. What is happiness? What is love? What is enlightenment and how to achieve them?
Happiness, love, enlightenment, words that we all use so often in our everyday lives, but no dictionary or encyclopedia defines them. Can you define them, not just describe them? Give it a go, try. Stanford Encyclopedia of Philosophy frankly declares, happiness is a fuzzy concept at best. All dictionaries define enlightenment as a variation of the action of enlightening or the state of being enlightened. Even a child knows you cannot define a word by itself. What is an ice cream, Tommy? An ice cream is an ice cream. How easy is it to find something without even knowing what it is?
What is the soul? What and where is God? Why does the universe exist? Why do we humans exist? What is our purpose? How can I simply understand how the universe and existence works, and what happens after death?
What about these serious existential questions that no religion or philosopher ever explains in any way that makes any logical sense or is not just a complete abstract? Most of them even declare that there are things that human beings cannot or should not ever comprehend. Are you okay with this? We present everything in a way that makes sense, congruent with everything you know, a clear, simple, logical, and intuitive way.
How to love myself, how to find direction and inspiration for my life, how to get rid of addictions, guilt, shame, and anxiety, how to open my heart to feel and understand the people in my life.
And how about these crucial issues for our lives? Many spiritual leaders, guides, and philosophers admonish us to love ourselves. Love yourself, they say. But how do I do this? Sometimes it's easy, and sometimes I just feel that I hate myself and I just cannot get out of it. How can I love myself? Invariably, they answer just like Nike's logo. Just do it. Have you lost all hope that clear, intuitive ways that actually work exist?
Who or what am I as a human being? What is our duty, collectively and individually?
Who am I? What is my duty and purpose as a human being? These crucial questions to our identity and our compass in life are actually deemed unsolvable. They are Buddhist riddles, koans, riddles that no one is supposed to be able to answer, there to serve as endless meditation exercises because it is believed there can be no universal answer to them. We solve them all conclusively and irrefutably. Unbelievable? Suspend your disbelief.
What is magic? How does the energy and spirit world work, and how to connect and interact with them? What activates the spark of life? How do human brains and our subconscious work? What differentiates us from robots and AI? Can I become my own self-programmer?
At this point in the video, your suspicions are likely to be raised. The spark of life? Really? Magic? The energy world? Becoming my own software engineer and program myself? And all of this simple enough for a 5-year-old to understand? Are they serious? Is this for real? Check out our reviews. The only bad reviews are from people who never attended the Choice OS or who quit. All the rest are ecstatic.
Often we need many boards. What is the underlying cause of depression, emotional and psychological distress, and all those syndromes that plague us?
The World Health Organization has officially declared that depression and associated mental illnesses and syndromes are about to overcome heart disease as the #1 killer, the #1 cost to society, and the #1 impact on our well-being by as early as 2025. It is called the silent epidemic, and it is galloping. Why is it getting worse rather than getting better, despite the multi-billion US dollar healing industry, both conventional and alternative? Nobody knows. No scientist. Nobody. The WHO raises a call to arms of all nations against this silent epidemic. Nobody knows why it's getting worse. Nobody even claims to know. We do. Nobody has been able to heal you, only just comfort you temporarily or numb you, because for every single healing modality in the world, whether psychoanalysis or alternative healing, it is all about trauma. How to discover trauma, how to alleviate trauma, how to comfort trauma, how to heal trauma. But we know and can prove that it is not about trauma. We help you transcend trauma altogether.
How can I supercharge my abilities by over 500,000 times and exploit all of my potential? Can I find for myself a destiny greater and more mythic than anybody has ever lived before could even imagine?
Now, your suspicions are probably glowing red hot again. Have they no shame? supercharging my capabilities over 500,000 times? A destiny for myself greater than anybody that has ever lived has even imagined? Are they serious? No way it can be true. It is far too good to be true. The belief that something really good cannot be true is just a self-fulfilling prophecy. How can you tell yourself and others that good things are not real and only bad things are real?
Can I fully understand masculine and feminine energies and use them at will? Can I create a relationship that becomes better, stronger, and more passionate as time passes? How can I master sensuality at any moment?
Why would anybody in their right mind want good things to not exist, to not be real? Because the too good to be true has been engraved inside all of us. It is too good to be true that anybody can truly love me. It is too good to be true that other people want to love me as much as I want to love them. It is too good to be true that I can have an amazing, passionate relationship where my partner wants it as much as me. It is too good to be true that I deserve and can have everything. It is too good to be true that I can be great.
Can I understand and manipulate time-space probability? Meaning, how can I make desirable futures more probable?
Plus, they present it as too simple to be true. Simple enough for a 5-year-old to understand it. These thoughts come to your mind because you, like everyone else, suffer the illness of seeing the emperor's clothes when a simple 5-year-old has no problem seeing and expressing the simple fact of the emperor's nakedness. When you decide to take off the distorting glasses of your beliefs, everything is clear and simple.
Is there absolute truth? Can I be always right? Can I know everything?
Ah, you may think, now we see. They are delusional fanatics who claim they can trust absolute truth and how to be always right. Are they claiming they know everything? Yes, we are, and so can you. Without the filters of your beliefs of what is not possible, it becomes obvious how you can know everything and be right all the time, without being a delusional fanatic or disrespectful of people's perceptions. The opposite. I never listen to voices that tell me what I cannot do or who I cannot be. These voices, whether from within me or from without, are not my friends. Only the voices that tell me what I can do and who I can be are my friends.
Can I be happy all the time?
Can I be happy all the time? Oh, yay!
Do you have a question or issue that you have given up on? Ask us if we can solve it.
I was amazed by how easy it was to understand such complex concepts.
And more than that, he managed to link those concepts in between and to create even more than it was written on that board.
So, the whiteboard. Not only Nikis delivered every single thing on that whiteboard, but he also delivered him
And her.
and me.
They delivered all that and so much more. Because now I just know, and my life has so much meaning and substance and clarity and yeah, like, yes, they can deliver.
Sure enough, one by one, everything got marked off that board, and it was explained to me in a way that I could actually understand. And I felt like I'm not super good in school, and like, how am I going to understand all these concepts? And they explained it to me in a way that I could relate it to my life, and I can actually begin to trust the world around me and see how beautiful life is just the way it is. And so yes, I truly believe that they deliver everything on the board, everything that you feel in your heart that is unanswered, and everything that makes you just question your own existence. You step into this place of actually knowing and understanding, and it's one of the most beautiful experiences that I have ever gone through. And by the end of the workshop, we went through everything on the board, and it was amazing. It was super awesome. It's one of the coolest things, the coolest fucking thing that I've ever seen anyone do, to explain to me with such clarity. And if I had any questions, or I was like, well, what about this? Like, how can you say this is true if this is happening? And we would really get to the bottom of everything and really discover what the truth is and what it means to us and why everything is deliciously as it should be. Yeah.
So do you think they delivered?
Fuck yeah! Fuck yeah!
Terra Medica was able to answer like these questions and any other question really the best that I've ever heard, easy enough for anyone to understand, and yeah, it was absolutely amazing, and I'd hands down recommend it to anyone.
When everything first got written on the board, I was like, whoa, like I was trying to think of things to put on the board, like every question I had, like every desire I had for my life, trying to get it on the board, because I was like, if this is for real, then I don't want to miss anything, but I was pretty skeptical just because I didn't believe it was possible, because no one in the whole world that I'd ever heard of could deliver these things in such a short amount of time or at all, and answer these questions and like give all of these different people like things that they wanted for their lives. But about 3 days into my workshop, I believed without a single doubt that we would get through the whole board throughout the workshop, just because I'd seen Mekas and the workshop deliver crazy things, like things that I didn't think was possible, seeing people's lives change in lots of different ways. And yes, absolutely, like everything did get delivered on the board, and it is so amazing. Well, actually, the first thing that happened was love was defined, like what love actually is. And so for the first time in my life, I actually understood what love is. And once I knew what love is, it made it a lot easier for me to love myself. And in the workshop, we learned how to actually do that, not just telling you to do it and that it's important, but how to do it. So because of that, I've been able to love myself consistently and not just like at random moments when it seems to have happened. And so many other amazing things from the whiteboard and from the workshop that have really changed my life. And I would absolutely recommend it too, to everyone.